Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 2, A Tale of Two Cities. So we're just going to get on right into it. We still have the same four couples that we met last week. We're going to meet new couples in the upcoming weeks and stuff, but it's the same people as last week. And I have to tell you, this episode was a lot better than last week's episode, in my opinion. So it was more love and less crazy, less weird and stuff. So the first couple I want to talk is Tiger Lily and Adnan. So as we said last week, Tiger Lily, she's in her 40s. She's traveling to Jordan to meet Adnan. He's a 22-year-old model and stuff. In this episode, we finally met Adnan, and we got to see him and his friends do just kind of some wedding stuff, they went swimming. They just were just having fun, going out, just having a good time and stuff. And he talked to his friends about Tiger Lily coming, and then they getting married as soon as she arrives. Basically, a kind of a version of the 90 Day Fiancé version of Married at First Sight. So this is a first. So we met Adnan, and, he seems like an okay guy. It's just in his, as we mentioned last week, they're getting married quick because in his culture and his religion, they are not allowed to, men and the women are not allowed to be by each other until they are married, realistically. And I'm going to speak more on that here in a few. So in this episode, Tiger Lily and her friends, who are friends are going to be there for the wedding, arrived in Jordan. Adnan is at the airport waiting on them, and he is waiting for an hour and a half. He texts Tiger Lily and she wasn't responding. Tiger Lily after she landed in Jordan, spent an hour and a half in the bathroom just getting ready. And I'm just if I would have waited an hour and a half for my person to come, I would have assumed that they weren't coming. He or she wasn't coming. And he was getting a little anxious, but I give kudos to him for waiting as long as he did and stuff. So, but ultimately, Tiger Lily and her friends came out. They met. They did hug on the airport, and he kissed her on the head and stuff. Even though that's kind of frowned upon there, he was just I can't help it, basically. So so Adnan meets Tiger Lily's friends, and he was hesitant to meet her guy friend that was there, I think, but he was there with his wife because same thing in the religion, the woman is not allowed to have male friends, basically, and stuff and everything. So they all get into the car, and Tiger Lily brought looked like 6-7 bags of clothes and stuff, and she said she bought 3 wedding dresses for the ceremony and 18 different outfits, and apparently she's only going to be in Jordan for 6 days. Now, usually when they do B90, they spend 3 weeks in the other country, but she's going to be there for 6 days unless she goes back. So they get into the car, and for a moment, it gets crickets and everything. Oh, and before they get into the car, Tiger Lily asks Adnan, "What do you think of my outfit?" She had this black outfit on. It was really nice, but her shoulders were showing and stuff. And in that culture, they're really big on covering up, as we all know. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute. So they get into the car, and it's crickets for a little bit. So her friends were asking him, where do you want to live? How are you going to do this? He's or have you lived in Jordan all your life? And he said that he used to go back and forth from Jordan to Egypt, and back and forth from Egypt to Jordan a lot. And he said after they get married, like, he kind of wants to be in Jordan a little bit more than be in the United States. And Tiger Lily was actually a little thrown off about it. He was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then her friends were asking, well, what about kids? Do you want kids? And he said he has 14 siblings, basically, and he wants to have 5 kids. Tiger Lily was just like, we never discussed 5 kids. I'm a little surprised by that, whatever, and everything. So they drop off the friends at the hotel, and the friends were just like, last chance, like, do y'all want to go on a date? And go on a date, meet his parents, like, do something before y'all go and get married, basically, because they're going to the registry to sign the certificate, and then they're going to have the big celebration. And they were like, no, it's okay. So they're on their way to the registry's office, and Adnan says that he needs to basically bring his mother. She has to meet the mother, like, right away. And Tiger Lily was just like, why? Like, this is just all very much for me. Like, I just arrived here in Jordan just a few hours ago. He's telling me he wants 5 kids. He doesn't really want to live in the United States, and now I got to meet the mother. Should I really be getting married like this? Married at first sight, basically? I don't know. So my opinion with this couple is, like I said, he seems like an okay guy, but, like, I'm getting Mahout vibes. And I'm also getting that one guy from, I never covered 90 Day UK, but there was a couple named Nicole, and I forget what his other name, who was from Egypt. And he wasn't as bad as Mahout, but, you know, like, it's just, that culture is just really, really strict when it comes to what they're wearing and stuff and everything. Before they went to the registry's office, like, she changed her clothes into all black, and she was covered up completely. And she's kind of like wearing something like what I'm wearing right now. But it was tight, and my outfit is tight too. It was tight, and he commented on it. She was like, I'm covered up fully. And he was like, yeah, but it's tight, so it's still showing your body. So it's just like, I mean, I understand it's their culture. I really do. And I never want this to come off as disrespecting their culture, but it's just getting, it's really getting kind of like, somebody needs to, like, I gotta research this, like, one of these kind of countries. Is it more frowned upon in the other countries, or is it illegal? I mean, I know in Morocco it's illegal because we've seen that with Nicole and Azan in the early days of 90 Day Fiancé, when Nicole was in Morocco and before she got married to Azan, like they couldn't be together like that in Morocco because in Morocco it was illegal. But is it illegal like in Egypt and Jordan, or is it just more so frowned upon and stuff? I gotta look it up. If anybody knows that, please just let me know in the comments. Is basically PDA more frowned upon, or is it illegal, or what in those countries? So yeah, that was Tiger Lily, and I spent like 8 minutes on them. Wow. So yeah, next couple I want to talk is Lauren and Faith. Now, last week I was really hard on Lauren. I was really hard on him last week, but and rightfully so. This episode was a little bit more chilled. We got to meet Faith. So Faith works at a hotel, basically, hotel director. I think she even lives at the hotel and everything. And she like coordinates events, make sure everything's clean, make sure her whole staff is doing what they're supposed to do, and everything. As we know, Faith is a transgender woman, and that's what they call in the Philippines or in Asian culture, that when they get trans, a lady boy. So she said that when she was really young, I think her name was Rodney when she was a boy and everything, and she said that like at a young age she just felt like she was more feminine than masculine. And she had mentioned that she never never basically had any surgeries and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool, but how did like you not like how did she turn she didn't have anything. She says she's not taking any injections or anything, but how she looks really feminine now and doesn't and she doesn't really look like anything drag related or anything. So like I'm kind of confused when she said that. Like I don't know, she must have did something, but she says she hasn't had any surgery. She says she doesn't even want any surgery. So she says she does. She wants to get her boobs a little bit done more and everything. And she says she has not cut off her her little private area and stuff. So she talked a little bit more about Lauren and stuff and everything, and excited that Lauren's coming and everything. Lauren arrives to the Philippines. They greet each other. She said that like I guess like they had a moment at the airport, but they didn't kiss. They hugged, and that was it. She said that like she told him like, I do want to be intimate with you, but not right away. I got to see how things progress before we become intimate and stuff. And surprisingly, Lauren accepted that and everything. And, that was just basically that. They didn't have like much interaction. We didn't see much interaction with that and everything. Like I said, we got to see what what Faith does on a daily basis and everything. So, I mean, and so far I like Faith. She seems pretty cool and stuff and everything. Certain people you can tell that they're trans, but some people you can't tell. And to be honest, I couldn't tell until she said something. So, she's really pretty and everything. And so like, I hope it works out, but I just hope Lauren knows how to act. Because, like I said, last week, I was just, how he acted last week, I was just not a fan of him. So, we'll see how that goes. So, that was Lauren and Faith. The next couple I want to talk is Brian and Ingrid. So, we finally got to meet Ingrid. And Ingrid, she's actually a single mother of two. She has, like, I think one boy and one girl, or two boys. She said that she had her first child at 25 and she was married, and they divorced not too long after that. Then a couple years later, like before the pandemic, she got with her son's father, and 2 months into her pregnancy, the guy abandoned her, and it was during the pandemic. So like, that broke her heart a little bit and everything. We seen her, she talked a bit about that, and then she talked to how she met Brian and stuff. And we seen Ingrid like at a ranch and everything, and she met with one of her friends to talk about Brian being in a wheelchair and stuff and everything, and basically see how it's gonna go and everything. She said she's really excited for Brian to arrive and everything. So fast forward to the airport. Ingrid goes to the airport. She goes in the bathroom and changes her outfit into something this really nice black outfit. She said she wanted to look sexy for him and everything. And so Brian, he gets off the plane. He's riding his wheelchair really fast and everything. He's got his suitcases and everything, and I guess one of the wheel broke, but he managed to get through. And he sees Ingrid for the first time, and he had to ride his little wheelchair around the bend, and they gave each other a nice big hug and everything. And it was cute. They talked about him being strong, her being strong, like basically carry some of the luggage and stuff. But Brian said that he could still do all of that. While Ingrid was at the ranch talking to one of her friends and stuff, she did really specify that Brian can do anything. Like he could still drive. He could still play sports, as we mentioned last week. He he plays wheelchair rugby and stuff and everything. He's just like glued to his chair, like basically, and everything. So, she said it's going to be an adjustment and everything, but, she seemed really excited, and she didn't really care for his age, Now, again, as we seen last week, Brian, I'm a little concerned about Brian, and like I'm really curious to hear. Well, I have an inkling about what really happened about about his robbery, his carjacking thing that caused him to be in a wheelchair and stuff. You know what? I'm not going to spread that rumor right now. I'm not in the mood to do rumors right now. Well, I got one rumor I'm going to talk about here in a minute, but that rumor I'm going to wait until that's confirmed, until he says it and stuff. So yeah, it was a cool episode, but with them, I'm glad like everybody's getting to meet each other and everything. It's a beautiful moment. I wish it could stay like that, but we all know it's not. So that was Brian and Ingrid. And the last couple I want to talk is freaking Renee and Chidi. Now, at first when I saw the previews, I was all for Renee and Chidi. But, both of them are giving me Angela and Michael vibes. Like, Renee is a little bit like Angela, and Chidi is actually a little bit like Michael. It's like, this is about to be Angela and Michael 2.0. Renee has judging by what I've seen, she does have an attitude. And just like how Angela does, and she wants everything to be done her way, just like how Angela does and stuff. Well, in this episode, Renee, she leaves her, and she says something really ignorant. So she's packing up to leave to Nigeria and stuff. And she says that she does not know anything. She did not do any research about Lagos, Nigeria. And she said, I hope I don't get a rash. Or she also said this thing called ass worms. And the producer I even had to ask her, what are ass worms and stuff and everything. I thought that was very ignorant. She said that it was like about the flies being on the meats and stuff, kind of like what we've seen with Danielle and Johan at that butcher shop. But I thought how she said that was really ignorant, very disrespectful to his culture. I understand, like, we as Americans, like, we like our stuff clean, and I get that. I want my stuff clean, but to say that and to get ass worms and a rash or whatever, that was just, I could already tell that what the headlines are going to be for that one. And anyway. So, nonetheless, she gets on the flight to go to Nigeria. She's all excited. And then, like, we seen Chidi, like, get ready. And I made a mistake last week, and I corrected it on my Etterway video. First, Chidi got blind because of apple fell from a tree and hit him in the eye. And then he's actually staying with his sister, not his mother, his sister, and everything. And last week, his sister is the one who, like, help set up a special sleeping area for Renee when she comes. So Chidi and his brother-in-law go to the airport. His brother-in-law directs him and everything. Make sure make sure he's all right and everything. Renee arrives to Nigeria, and the brother actually sees Renee first, and he says, "Hey, are you Renee?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, well, Chidi's over here," basically. So he brings her over to Chidi, and he tells Chidi she's right in front of you and everything. And he starts smiling, and he gives her a big hug and kiss, and it was a beautiful moment and stuff. Renee was really happy to be there. Chidi was like, he's blessed, and everything that he prayed for. When they were hugging and he was feeling around Renee, he told Renee, you're big. You're big. You're not small. But that's the way I like it. I was like, dude, yeah, you better cover yourself with that. Yeah, watch what you say. He was like, you're big. And I was just like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But he was like, I like it. I like it like that, basically. So they're in the car ride on the way home. They go back to Chidi's sister's house, and they get into the house, and Chidi's sister greets them, and she's all excited and everything. She gives her a hug and everything. And Renee, Renee felt welcome, but Renee was like, I don't know, something just off. I never really had to deal with my man's sister. So, like, I don't know how that's going to handle that, how I'll be able to handle that. And once again, the producers had to ask her, like, what do you mean by that? And she was just like, I never, like, I just heard, like, dealing with your man's sister is not going to always be the best and everything. That's only if you make it, it's only if you make it bad, Renee, and stuff and everything. So, I don't know. She said some really questionable things in this episode that I don't like. And I'm going to get to more with some other stuff that's been going on with her already. So, Renee gets settled in. She goes and takes a shower, and they showed her to the room that she'll be staying at. Chidi comes in and everything. They just, just a little googly eyed and everything. And Chidi reveals to her that, like, he will not be staying in the room with her. Like, he can give her space and everything. But he told her, but even though I'm not going to sleep in the same room or the same bed or whatever, my spirit and everything is still going to be with you at all times. And Renee was just like, I know. And she said she felt rejected, but she said she'll give him his space, but, she did feel a little rejected. And that was basically that. Now, Renee, that's all we've seen from that, but now I need to talk about more Renee. Renee has already broke her freaking NDA. I guess she ran on a rampage on Instagram. Spoiler alert, Chidi and Renee are not together. She went on Instagram and just had like a big rage about like him just not treating her right, and just she could live her life with or without him and stuff and everything. And Chidi's going on Facebook saying that he's blessed to be part of this season of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days and stuff and everything. And like Renee was like, Renee said in one of her posts, was talking about how the religion thing and how she wanted to change them and stuff. And she, I guess she didn't get a good edit last week, basically, and just in my opinion, but I don't know. She just went on a random rage. And here's another thing that she did. So I sent her her Instagram is private, and I usually send like people who are on 90 Day. Like, I follow like almost everybody who's on 90 Day on Instagram, male, female, doesn't matter. So I found Renee, and like my other YouTube, another YouTuber of Kiki and Kibitz, found her first, and and according to Mary from Kiki and Kibitz, Renee accepted her request, and then unaccepted it. I guess Mary had shared Renee's post, and then I guess there was a comment by Renee saying, "Oh, this is why you wanted to follow me on Instagram," and then she unfollowed her. Well, then I sent her a request, and then she accepted it, and then the next minute she unaccepted it. And I didn't even say nothing. I didn't like nothing or anything. Like, I'm like, why is she doing that? So I guess I'm already on Renee's bad side already, and I didn't even do nothing. So I mean, she didn't say nothing, but it's just weird how she accepted me, and she even requested to follow me, and I accepted that, and then a minute later she unaccepted it. I'm like, what the heck? It's but also now Brian, on the other hand, I sent him a request, and he accepted it, and he's sent me a request, so now Brian's actually following me. So now I have two 90-dayers following me. I had Chris, remember Chris from Chris and Jamie from season 4 the other way? Chris is following me, And now I have Brian following me. I had Isabel as well, but she quit following me and stuff. So I only have two 90-dayers following me. So, but yeah, but the point is, Renee and Chidi are not together. Spoiler alert. Renee ran on a raid. She broke her NDA already. I don't know why all these 90-dayers are breaking their NDA, but it is what it is. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my review. We're gonna be meeting a new couple. I think we're meeting Sunny and Vea next week for B90. So we're gonna start meeting all the other couples now. They get a break from these first four and stuff, and these first four will finally start their actual journey with their couples and stuff. I think we're gonna see Tiger Lily and Adnan get married next week and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. So I can't wait I'm here for it. It's new couples, new drama. I'm ready for the other couples to come in, and so we could talk about it. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap 90 Day Fiancé the other way. So stay tuned for that. And by the way, breaking news. We finally got word about Married at First Sight. Married at First Sight is coming back October 2nd. So I'm going to try to do Married at First Sight this season. Hopefully it's not as crazy as the last season, but but we got word that it is coming back October 2nd. So we're gonna be rolling with that one. Anyway, guys, that is it for me tonight. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all again tomorrow. Bye, y'all.